Thank you. I now recognize the gentleman from Washington, Mr. Reichert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations on your new chairmanship and your first hearing. Thank you to the witnesses for being here today, and especially thank you for all the work that you do to help those in need and trying to find employment and bring their families to a place where they can hope and have hope for the future for their children and for their families. Mr. Brame, thank you for sharing this story of Amy. I think that each one of us on the dais and each of you have a story to share too, I'm sure. We all do. Sometimes I share mine, and I notice there's some young people in the back of the room seated behind you listening to the testimony, which is encouraging today for all of you to be here and listen to how Congress works or maybe doesn't work. We're trying today. And just for your information, I look like I've been here 40 years, but I've only been here 11 and a half. I was a police officer, sheriff's deputy for 33 years in Seattle, Washington, King County Sheriff's. I had oldest of 7 kids. And I've seen everything you could possibly see in my 33 years in law enforcement. And I really get what you're talking about today as far as employment and helping those people who are on the street or in between on the street and getting a job or getting a job and moving on and upward. You know, we had a witness in here not too long ago who was a frontline employee, new terminology for the young people. That's a new employee, frontline employee for Goodwill, who now is a manager there. And all due to someone taking her in, giving her opportunities, training, and education. I recently had the chance to visit Van Doren Sales, and it's in East Wenatchee. Some people say Wenatchee, but it's East Wenatchee, Washington State. It's a small town in the central part of the state, and they're a family-owned company with about 136 employees that design and build fruit and fruit container handling equipment. Their company motto is quality pays, but one thing that they know for sure is the #1 resource in their business is what? People. And they take care of their people through training and education and OJT, on-the-job training. And they have seen, of course, a rise in their productivity, happier community. They participate in the community, all those things that you have all talked about. And I just wanted to turn really quickly to Ms. Doucette and just have you talk a little bit more about identifying talent internally and the returns on your investments when you do that. Not only the financial piece, but the human investment.
One of the things with Omni Hotels is that we do value our communities, the communities that we are in. So being able to build a partnership to give back to those communities and develop the partnership with many organizations. So while we worked a great deal with Workforce Solutions, we also partnered with multiple other agencies to try and build a network to have access to individuals who are looking for employment and how we help them grow and develop. And similar to the situation given earlier as well, we have many stories of individuals who started at entry-level positions and have been able to move into leadership roles.
Well, thank you for your hard work, and I hope that continues too. And Ms. LeRae, could you also expand on your idea of how that all works together, and when you give those opportunities to people, what's the return, the resources, the human resource? We get the financial piece, but in providing that opportunity for families.
Thank you, sir. We have also done, as Barbara mentioned, the community aspect of this. Many people still live in poverty in our community. I've noticed that, and Barbara named HIS Bridge Builders, City Square, most recently we have new partnerships coming. Wraparound services coming from the faith-based and nonprofit communities, doing things that we cannot necessarily do.
Good.
That engagement in the solution has been as valuable as the project itself and the public investment. Having people come together with a common cause. That common cause is community, restoring what we need. invaluable. Can't put a price on that one.
Right.
And ownership of the solution as a community coming together. So we've been very lucky. People are the asset, and if you don't, you know, I think Florida said it, it's not about taxes anymore. It's about whether or not you can find the work for it, where you're going to move your company, where you're going to expand your company. We've been very lucky, and yet I'm a little concerned about not having enough people.
You'll bet. Thank you.